What's up guys, and welcome to this video about buying high and selling higher. As you all know, the old saying is buy low and sell high, and that still applies. I'm not going to try to tell you something different here, but I want to go over a concept or a different kind of trading style with a different time frame, basically. So mostly when you talk about buy low, sell high, that just really means that you don't want to buy green candles on that very, or in my case, yellow candles here, on that very time frame you're using. So if we are going to if we're going over this chart and we are going to apply this saying, buy high, sell low, then obviously this is not the entry right now, right? We do not have an entry now. This is obviously high. An entry buy low, basically, would have been here on this bull flag breakout, right? So this was a pullback, and then we had a breakout, and this would have been an area where you would buy low, basically. Now, there is, because crypto is so volatile and actually quite attractive when it comes to smaller time frames, lower time frames, there is still opportunities in between. So if you're not only a swing trader, maybe, that is something you really need to define for yourself. I'm not trying to say, hey, start day trading or become a scalper. Please don't. Just because you're watching this video doesn't mean you're going to make money or something. Actually, that's quite risky, that approach. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know what your risk management is. You need to know where your edge is. But I want to just talk about the possibility of you can make money with a trending coin. And this coin right here, Elrond, has been trending since, since a week or longer, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know. It has been, 3 weeks, more or less. 3 weeks, then we started to see this uptrend. And there has been, in between, on the daily chart, there has been some opportunities on pullbacks to get in and then sell high, buy low. And now the next resistance for me would actually have been on the daily, would have been here around this daily resistance. Kind of didn't care, to be honest. It just smashed through, and now not really sure if we are going to see a pullback to this level yet, but actually are going to test $25 up here on this $24 or $25 up here on this daily resistance on the next one. So this is something we need to just watch for now. But still, if you're trading on the daily time frame, you wouldn't be buying now. Now, if you're into intraday price action, then there is opportunity still. There is something in those candles. There are patterns. There are opportunities. And if we just zoom in on the 4 hour, then we can already see that there is information. Then there is bullish patterns being broken. That's a bull flag, basically. That's one bull flag. It gets a breakout, then we get some continuation, some kind of ascending triangle here, another breakout, a pullback, bull flag, another breakout. So in those daily candles, in those daily candles here, just by zooming in on the 4 hour, we already have opportunities, right? We already have opportunities, and I think this is what I want to say with buy high, sell higher. So you still have the opportunity to find an entry on those levels or on those breakouts, basically, with a clear invalidation level. So once you really apply the same trading style and you're if you're really familiar and comfortable with the daily chart, then all you need to do here is basically apply that on lower time frames. The only thing which changes here is the volatility or the pace of how fast we're moving. Basically, things are just way faster, right? You're trading now in a more aggressive way, and you're not just holding for a few weeks, but you're just really you're really trying to take advantage of this intraday movements. So in my case, if I see something moving or starting to move, then because I have my quite aggressive trading phases or periods where I really want to see what can I get out of this coin still, since it is moving up and there is opportunities here to make money on. And I am usually trading on the 1 hour when it comes to intraday price action, and will find my entries on the even on the 15 minutes. So pretty low time frame. It's definitely scalping in a sense, and it really just shows that anything you can apply on bigger time frames is also applicable on lower time frames. You just really need to be comfortable with your risk management, and you just really need to know what you're doing. And once you are or once you're just a really disciplined trader, then you can really try the lower time frames. And I think it's not some, because I think that the biggest problem is that a lot of traders who are trading bigger time frames or higher time frames, they are not really liking this kind of trading style because it's just aggressive, and most of the time they probably lost money. And to be fair, it's easier to lose money here than on higher time frames, just because you have so much more to consider. You need to be more careful with your decisions. Things are moving faster. That's just a whole different level of trading here. But I don't know. For me, I love trading. Sometimes a bit too much, maybe. So therefore, you can really just try and use those lower time frames for your advantage. So you can see it here. We have a bull flag. We have another bull flag broken. We have basically another bull flag broken. I mean, there is a lot happening here, and if you know how to play these kind of patterns, then these are all opportunities, right? Some better and some worse. But at the end of the day, if you have your right risk management in place, then you know where you have your stop losses, and that's why you don't need to make bank on every trade here, obviously, but there is opportunities here. Like in the past 4 or 5 days, you could have been playing this upwards trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, even more. I mean, if you go back in history, but let's just take the past 4 or 5 days. You would have had 6 or 7 opportunities, right? Which is still quite okay. That's not even too much of scalping, to be honest. I mean, you could really go nuts and scalp the 5-minute chart, but please just let that be for a second. That's a whole different kind of emotional roller coaster. But the 1 hour gives you, I would say the 1 hour on a trending coin gives you enough opportunities, but not too many, in order to get all over the place with your emotions and with whatnot. I mean, it's not like you sitting here for 2.5 hours and scalp the shit out of this trend. It's basically giving you maybe a trade a day over the last, not even, I mean, sometimes it takes longer. As you can see, this retracement took like from the 9th of December to the 11th of December, so 2 days of nothing. And then we broke this this downtrend, and this is where you would start to look for an entry, and then you would have a trade running. And then how you manage that trade, I mean, that's totally up to your trading system. If you want to place a trading stop loss, if you want to just always move your stop loss higher once you get a new support area like here, so you would find a clean invalidation level in this area where you enter, and then once things start to move, then you would just move your stop loss to the next support level, right, which would be here. Then once again, things move higher. You would see how it reacts on the retracement. It breaks out again. You put your stop loss here. It's just basically putting a trading stop loss, but manually. So you don't even need to trade or take multiple entries, and you just really let it run, but you always lock in your profits along the way. So once the market should crash, or once things just should be correcting more heavily, then you're safe, you made profits, and then you will just wait for whatever retracement we're looking for. But yeah, I mean, the whole idea is here I wanna bring across is just, yeah, buy high, sell higher, basically. I mean, it's really going crazy right now. It's breaking out again. So as you can see, the daily right now, it's just not a buy. You wouldn't buy here. There is just really no point in trying to be smart and think we going here now to this level, and you would be safe, and you just anticipate that it's going to touch this daily resistance. That's just not how you should trade. That's just gambling. But if you zoom in on the 1 hour, then you could have find like an entry maybe here on this bull flag breakout, right? And now you would have an invalidation level up to your risk management, and you would now riding this. So on the daily, that wouldn't even be a possibility, because you can't see an entry. But if you zoom in on the 1 hour, then you have a chance to catch the train here, invalidation level, and now you're riding it. And you put your target. Obviously, the target here could be a daily, an hourly resistance or a 4-hour resistance. I mean, that's really up to you and how you determine those levels. And that would just take too much time not to go over that as well, but I can make a video about that too if you're fancying such kind of stuff. Let me know in the comments. Actually, let me know in the comments what you want to see more about, and we try to cover it here. And also, I said it in the previous videos as well. I really getting started with this whole YouTube thing. There will be improvements along the way. I want to have a solid intro and just some kind of nice creative enhancements, basically. But right now I'm waiting for my new MacBook, just because this one is not letting me do that kind of stuff anymore. And yeah, it's coming. I mean, the demand is just really high on that thing, so it's I think it's coming in January. I hope it comes earlier, but yeah, not. I need to take what I get in that sense. Yeah, that's just what I wanted to bring across here. It's really no rocket science. I mean, it's easy to spot those patterns once you understand what a bull flag is. You know when it breaks out. Then you wait for some kind of retest. As you can see, there is also on lower time frames there are retests. So breakout, retest, find an entry, put your stop loss in place, and let it ride. And this is how you find entries on trending coins, even though they seem to be gone. And Obviously, if you're a swing trader, then you wouldn't care about this setup anymore. You would wait for a bigger pullback. But if you're a day trader like me, then you would definitely take advantage of this coin. And it's actually quite nice to have a trending coin because it gives you the confidence that this thing is actually going for a ride. So why wouldn't you take advantage of that, in my opinion, if you know what you're doing? That's always what I want to emphasize. You need to know what you're doing. Just because I trade like this doesn't mean you also feel comfortable trading the 1 hour chart. That's really something you need to figure out for yourself. But generally speaking, if you know the concept of trading and if you understand the concept of trading, then you know, and you can apply that to basically to any time frame. But obviously, the lower you go, the more time consuming it gets. That also depends on your psychological strength to just really stick to your plan. Also, how much time do you have available every day? If you have a day job, then this is definitely not something you should maybe look for. But if trading is your full-time job, you could definitely take advantage of this and compound on the way up. You know, you sell a resistance, you wait for a pullback, and then yeah, you can add even a bigger position because of the profits you just made, and your position size will grow in a compounding way. All right, that's all I actually wanna touch base on. I hope this kind of just explains what the title was about, and yeah, maybe try it out if you're fancying to get into some trending coins, because yeah, we know crypto can move heavily and quickly and fast, and if you really know what you're doing, then you should definitely take advantage of that. That's just my opinion. That being said, this is not financial advice, right? Should have said that in the beginning of the video. Well, now it's too late. Anyway, talk to you later, and yeah, leave a comment, hit that like button, subscribe, and see you soon. Bye bye.